gorgeous. Let's go ahead and talk about the next sign that we're going to go ahead and discuss. The next portal that's going to be talking about is going to be one of the most unique portals, I will say. Okay, and you will definitely, for sure, know that you are not living a normal experience if you have this placement. If you were born on the Cancer Leo axis, or if you were born on, which for tropical astrology, that would be July 20th. And for Vedic sidereal astrology, that is August 16th. So if you were born on this portal, or if you were born on the days leading up to the portal, you would feel a lesser version of this. But like the type of magic that you're going to be susceptible to, also it really depends on, it really matters what your rising sign is when we talk about this portal, because you're going to have a little bit of access, not just like water magic, but you also have like, you're blending water, fire, and if you have an earth placement in your rising sign, then you're also sort of like the avatar. Let me explain. All four elements will be wanting to work with you. Even if it's not a strong rising sign, you will see or notice that you're going to be bouncing between different personalities. So this unique portal allows you to almost like unlock other personality traits or notice other personality traits in other people, things like that. I also feel like, you know, you would be able to uncover, or you'll always have this knowing and understanding. I feel like that collective of people, if you were born on this date or near these dates, right, you will feel like you have a strong intuition. If you were obviously born on the July 20th, you're going to have more of an emotional pull or a visual artistic viewpoint. If you were born on the sidereal axis cusp point, then you will have felt or noticed that it's more claircognizant, more clairaudience. Those will be the two that I wouldn't be surprised if you ended up in these realms or developing these skills for the August 16th babies, or the portal, right? The cusp babies in this one. Oh, I definitely understand. You will always have felt, you'll never feel fully connected to every single person. You will notice that you like to travel a lot. You will notice that wherever that you go, transmutation will follow you a lot. You'll notice that you'll be attracted to butterflies. Even if people tell you that maybe you're a Leo, right? If you lean more on the Leo side, you will notice that maybe you'll always be given that doorway. You'll always be shown in different ways. For like me, it was shown to me, you know, that because I lived in a border, I lived in between two realms, the liminal spaces, right? Portal magic is very unique. And also on this portal day, you would be able to essentially start this portal's unique because it's like the beginning or a personal portal or that transition, but it's also coinciding with almost like a bigger picture, because there's a lot of fluctuation of energy that's happening in this moment for July 20th, right? Like there's a lot of momentum happening. There's an absent day in magical practices. If you believe, I do believe that July 25th is the not day, if I'm not mistaken. In Mayan astrology, they recognize it as the July 25th day. So just as a heads up. So I do follow different systems of astrology as necessary, because sometimes you need to look at more than one system of astrology in order to be able to, you know, vibe with the astrology magic of it. I feel like because of the moon, you know, having at that place, and also you have to remember, like, the sun and moon are the subtle planetary energies, at least as it pertains to your willpower, which are the two, like, beginning ending, right? They're very powerful in astrology, right? Obviously they're up there with Saturn, things like that. It's very intense energy. It's very transmutational energy. It's very like as above so below energy. It's very root energy. So this is why I feel like, so this collective is going to have access to not only the things that the sun and the moon have in correspondence with. The reason why you're going to be able to access all versions of your chart is because, you know, the sun and moon touch everything. The sun and moon touch everything all the time, you know. Like there are transits towards that. That's why this portal is very unique. But what I was going to say in the beginning is, you will feel, if the July 20 babies probably not, but the August 16 babies probably will, you will feel, actually both, I'll just say, both times you will feel like, if it's like the July 20th is the beginning of the portal, right? And then the Lionsgate portal in the middle of the month, and then the ending, which is like that final cross, or almost, it feels like if you're born on that day, like you're harnessing access, or either of these days, you're harnessing magic. You were born and harnessing magic of Lionsgate portal. So this is why it doesn't feel the same or unique, and this is why the Cancerian nature will come out later on in life. This is probably something that ends up happening with cusp babies born in Cancer Leo aspect, astrology magic, you'll probably become like a pentacle priestess, is what I like to call it. You'll be wanting to work with cosmology, cosmo spaces, planetary energies, and the deities associated to those planets. It is very important that you pay attention to what's in your moon sign and what's in your rising sign, and pay attention to the goddesses associated to those zodiac signs, because that is how your magic will come, the portal energy will come out. You are very intense, and you will notice that you do not stay in places long. There's a lot of travel. I wouldn't be surprised if shamans are born on this day. I wouldn't be surprised if heavy practitioners are born on this day. Even astrologists are born on this day. You might not know that you're an astrologist, but if you've ever felt synchronicities, or if you ever felt connected to the stars and the planets and all of this stuff. Obviously the year matters as well, because not everyone's going to feel the same. Like, it's going to make sense how it makes sense as it pertains to your rising sign. Like, if you have a very artistic rising sign, or a very like clairvoyant rising sign, zodiac sign, you'll be more on the artistic side of things, or vocal side of things, like singing, things like that. This collective is meant to be self-made. You have that cardinal energy and you have that fixed energy. This collective probably struggles or is able to be in intense situations, like psychotic break situations, but you'll be able to handle it like a pro or like a genius. Your biggest downfall is staying in situations that you are too damn extreme. They're too detrimental to your health. You end up wasting a lot of time. A catalyst of burning bridges too fast. I feel like this, as long as you manage to transmute your anger into focus, this collective can achieve all versions of their dream. You are a mighty force to reckon with. And I wouldn't be surprised if this collective has access to weather magic, because as it pertains to cosmology, I wouldn't be surprised if this collective has ties or feels strong or has a lot of success in candle magic, things like that. Even ritual magic. You can't stay in one element necessarily, but at the same time, like, you'll notice that your body will fluctuate as the seasons pass. This is something very unique. You'll also notice when all the crossroads are happening, your body reacts. So you spend a lifetime actually getting to know yourself and understanding how this portal actually works with you. Being born on this day, you'll feel like you can go between reality and outer reality after you figure it out, because you spend a lot of time feeling that need of, like, I know the answer, I know where am I going to get the answer. But I promise you, nothing about your life is normal. You've been performing magic the whole time. You just don't know how to control your magic. And you need a mentor. Like this, if you're born on this day, I would recommend a mentor to you. That wouldn't be like an if and or but. And if you did rituals on this day, I would just harness your birthday energy and just kind of embody it, and quest for wisdom, because that is what this collective essentially needs. You need to ground yourself in some foundation in order to properly access those channels, so you can lead that life that you're trying to achieve, and for the collective to be at peace and stable. So let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you were born on this day. I love this placement. I was born on one of these days. Love you.